quick live, y'all. I originally started trying to record this video for y'all, and baby, let's just say my phone is out of storage, so we got all kind of problemos. And it was just too much. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do, and I will explain to you how we got to this point where we are now. So you are going to just, as you can see here, you're going to cut out your corners. Whatever you want to, size you want to cut out your corners, you cut your corners out at that size. Whatever strap length you want, you cut your straps out at that size. Hey y'all, welcome in. So whatever size you want your straps. Hey Donzel. Hey Miss Valerie. You're going to cut your straps out at whatever length you want them to be. On the previous one where I showed y'all the picture that has my name on it where I embroidered, if you want to do embroidery, you will need to do embroidery first, okay? So materials for this particular project, you're going to need a sewing machine, of course, needle, thread. You're going to need webbing. Double-sided tape is optional. You're going to need a bag tag that is also optional. And if you wanted to line this bag, it is also optional. Now I'm going to show y'all. I just sewed up this guy right here. Let me back y'all up some. I just sewed this guy right here up, and baby, she did not disappoint. Okay, so on the inside in here I have water proof canvas in here, so it looks really good. We've cut our edges down and we're opening from the left. So if you want your zipper to open from the right, of course, put it on from the right. Okay, so there's that, and I put a bag tag on here to match mine. So far so good. I'm loving it. These will be available as a set. All right, so the first thing I do have is I'm going to use this pink bag tag right here. Okay, this pink bag tag, and my strap right here looks just a little bit crooked, so I'm going to fix that really quick. And let me see if I can bring y'all in. I can. So we're going to sew on our bag tag. And you can put the bag tag wherever you want the bag tag to be. Okay. Now, in this case, I don't know. I think I'm going to change this thread. Let me change this thread. The other one, it was just pure. It was solely pure, what do you call it? Like brown. So I used that one. So all I'm going to do is grab this bobbin from over here out of my embroidery machine. And we're going to change our thread to like a pinkish, purplish type deal. Just so, you know, we matching and stuff, right? We don't need no shenanigans. We do not need any shenanigans. But welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday to you guys. I pray that all is well. All is well with y'all. I have been working on quilt orders, so and I'm finally getting where I am. Well, I'm done with one of them. Let's see. Maybe not that color. Maybe that color, or can we get away with this? I think we're gonna get away with this one right here. We're gonna use this one right here, okay? All right, because I don't think I can match it up perfectly, but at least we won't have that brown in it. We won't have that in there, okay? And y'all, it was so crazy. When I went to the dentist the other day, they were like, where'd you get that bag from? Girl, I made this. No. well, here's my YouTube channel. And so they purchased these from me as well. So after I finish up my last quilt order, praise God, I will start working on these. All right, so there we are. All right, y'all. So now we're ready to rock. All right, so I'm gonna put my bag tag, no rhyme or reason, but I'm gonna put it about right here. Let me turn it sideways first. If y'all see fabric flying, baby, that's because I've been cutting up some fabric. Okay, I'm gonna move my stitch to the middle, and let's see where we are. I think I'm gonna take it over just a little bit more. And remember, bag tags are optional. Now, if you want your stitch to, you know, be closer, so say you were at a 1 millimeter stitch, if you wanted it to come in closer, like toward this way, you're gonna bring that down to like 0.75. So let's see where we are. Oh no, Bookie, we don't want it there. I promise you we don't want it there. So we're gonna adjust to about right here. Yep, and that'll be good. All right, and then we're gonna back stitch, and I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. This pink is kind of light, but hey, at the end of the day, they'll all eventually blend in and it'll be fine. Okay, if you press the foot up, turn your work. I probably could have slid that bag tag over just a hair. I could have. Let me slide this bag tag over, y'all. Let me unstitch it. Let's see here. Hey everybody. Hey Mama Vi. Mama Vi, your happy Sunday. Your stones are on the way, love. They are on the way. Thank God. Let me see. Y'all, I might not can't get that up. I can't. Let me see. Let me don't say can't, because that ain't in my vocabulary. Here we go. Look at that. All you got to do is apply yourself, and you can do it. Because you want your bag tag to be on there and at least lined up, right? Because I'm like, I didn't stitch it that far. Okay. So, let's just go ahead about our day with that. All right. Now, let's try this again, y'all. Okie dokie. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a piece of double-sided tape right there. And at least with the double-sided tape, guess what? It will keep us steady. Hey, Miss Lisa. I didn't see you. Hello, darling. How are you? I am making a tote bag. So I put one where I had embroidered. And just because I know everybody's coming in, I'm gonna catch y'all back up. I'm gonna catch y'all up to speed, so nobody is lost on what we're doing and how we got to this point. Because I originally started doing this, I recorded a whole video, but then had a mishap with the video, child. So then now a minute ago I started trying to record it again, and my phone is out of storage. I'm like, yeah, no, we better go live and do this. So it is a tote bag, and if you want to embroider on these are real leather placemats. But if you want to, like I did mine, put my name on it to embroider on it, Yes, ma'am, Mama Vi, it's the winner. If you want to embroider on it, you have to embroider on it first. So that means don't lay your straps or any of that other stuff. And I'll show y'all a picture of the one that I made already. And I also made a like a little mini type purse type. I don't even know what you call them. It's got a name for them little, when it's a set. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what you call it. But it's like a set, and I did show it at the beginning, of the video. But if you like go to the channel, or you saw any of the shorts that I put up or any of that, then you probably already saw it. But I'll show y'all again before we end the live. Now, y'all, with these straps, you're gonna have to do a lot of reinforcing, right? Because you might want to use this as a purse and not just a tote bag. So, go back. So, you might want to use it as a purse. And if you want to use it as a purse, you know, of course you want it to be very, very sturdy. But I was able to put a 5-pound bag of sugar, some panko breading in there in a can. I put the iPad in there, and I had some other stuff in there. And these straps, as long as you reinforce them, okay, as long as you reinforce them, they'll be fine. And let me come down one more stitch. Whoops, right there. So as long as you reinforce them, you know, this is a very sturdy bag. Very, very sturdy. And the one that I already made with the embroidery on it, baby, is turning heads, okay? Turning heads and generating sales. So I tell you guys all the time to make sure that you are branding your stuff, okay? And don't let anybody tell you any different. Handmade stuff will always be in, okay? Period. It would always be in. All right, y'all. So now, where you see these blue marks at on here, that is a erasable by heat type fabric marker. Did I? Oh, let's make sure this is tight, y'all. Okay, I had changed the foot earlier, and it definitely was not tight. Okay, so where you should start at is going to be whatever side is furthest away from you. And the reason I like starting there is because when you go over, you don't have to worry about crossing anything up. So let's go ahead. And I do suggest, you know, sewing this kind of slow, especially if you're new at sewing. And good thing I'm recording like the beginner sewing series on my iPad, because I would be heated with that, because I do have a beginning sewing series. And actually, let's back stitch this all the way back across, because you want to, like I said, you want to make sure your straps are secure. So go back stitch, go all the way across, and then back stitch. And then we're going to go all the way forward again. And then we're going to back stitch one more time. And that is going to ensure that we are locked in. Now, on mine and this other one that I've already made, it has a D-ring on it. Now, I don't have any more D-rings readily available. I don't have any, not even any ones with a slider bar. And I think, well, I'm not going to say any, because the ones I got, they just happen to be too small. So we can't put that on here. So if you're, this is 1.5 inch webbing. So you would need at least a 2.5 inch D-ring. I think is what I'm gonna cut this up just a little bit, because otherwise we'll be here all night. And it really doesn't take long to sew this up. I'm having so much fun getting back into sewing. So many ideas, so little time. I'm trying to tell you, Miss Lisa. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back stitch right here, because we definitely got off track just a little bit. And like I said, this doesn't have to be sewn perfectly. This is something handmade. But I'm glad you're having fun getting back into sewing, honey, because woo, listen. Sewing is so much fun. It's definitely therapeutic. It can be stressful at times, especially, you know, when your machines are not working as they should. And a lot of times when your machines aren't working as they should, it's generally user error. So I always say, check yourself, check the machine, and just make sure, you know, overall, you have what you need to have. And remember, at the bottom down here as well on these straps, we are going to go all the way across. We're going to back stitch all the way back. And then we're going to go forward again. And then we're going to go back stitch. And then forward one more time. Okay. So back stitching again. And this just ensures it's your insurance policy, right? Okay. And all we're doing is just turning. Let me, whoops. Sorry, y'all. And all you're doing is turning your work, okay? Turn your work. You're gonna start and stop with a back stitch, okay? Start and stop with a back stitch. I have a quilt block video that I need to put up. I'm going to do a quilt, and if y'all want to make the blocks by following the video, and then I'll let y'all know what day we'll have the sew along. Now right here is a thread, and you don't want to sew over it. Just go ahead and clip it. Okay, I'm gonna back stitch just a little bit, and then I'm gonna end right there where we started. Okay, so that's the first strap. Let me show you. This still gives you the flexibility to move this strap where you don't have to take it, you know, completely all the way off. All right, so now we're off to the other side, and we're just going to repeat that process. And y'all, if I must say so myself, I think that color thread that I chose, I think it's blending in pretty good. And you won't have to worry about these straps, because at the bottom you won't see them once we put it, you know, together. And I'll show y'all what the sides look like on the other side. Now on these particular placemats, they are reversible, so you could use the lighter side or you could use this side. These placemats come in different colors, so you can get them springtime colors, you can get them summer colors, and you could get them in the fall. They change these out to, you know, fall colors. So these will work up for any time of the year, Now let me just bring this up just a little bit so I'm not knocking y'all. All right, and remember, you're gonna start and stop with the back stitch. Now remember, we've already sewn our bag tag down, but guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna go back over that bag tag because it's going to give it more reinforcement. More reinforcement. The name of this game is reinforcement, reinforcement, reinforcement. So as long as you're reinforcing, you're good. Hey, Miss D. Hey, Rudy. Hey, 755. How you doing, boo? I can't really see the chat, y'all, so I'm checking it every so often. So I don't want anybody to think I'm oops, look at me, that I'm ignoring them. But hey, y'all, welcome in. So yes, we are sewing up this tote bag, y'all. And you know, this tote bag, like I said, it could be used as a tote, it could be used as a purse, it could be used as whatever you want it to be used for, okay? Anybody been working on anything in particular? And this bottom on these straps, I definitely go through them a lot, and you'll want to do the same as well. Also, when you cut your webbing, you're going to want to make sure that you burn or use freight check. Okay, that you burn or use freight check so that they don't freight on you, okay? Because it is webbing and it'll do what? It definitely will fray. And I burned these and they're still let me back this down just a little bit. And if you happen to get off track, just back stitch, catch up, and I promise you'll be fine. Again, this is handmade. Same way they make them Gucci purses and Louis Vuitton and tote bags and all that. Baby, this how they make them over there in China, okay? Somebody sewing them, they putting a bag tag on them, and then they charging people, you know, thousands of dollars. That's all. So rather than pay thousands of dollars, make it yourself, or support a local business or a small business, and yeah, there's that. Okay, so our first panel, y'all, is completely done. That's our first panel. Now I'm gonna turn this over, and again, see our strap, it gives it that flexibility to come up and down. All right, so let me show y'all what it's going to look like on the inside. This is what it's going to look like. Oops, let me find y'all. Right here on the inside, this is all where we sewed. Now, you could do this two ways. You could cut your little threads, or, which is what I suggest, or you could burn them, singe them, but I just say do it this way and you'll be fine. Okay, so this part will be on the inside of your bag. Nobody's gonna see that. If you're worried about that, then put a lining in it. Okay, other than that, this bag is designed to be left open with raw edges. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our other tote bag. Now again, like I said, I thought about, I don't know, I don't think I'm putting no rivets in this. Nope, no rivets. All right, so let me show y'all my original bag. Let me bring y'all out some. Okay, let me bring y'all out some. All right, so this is the original bag, tote bag that I made. So I put rivets in it. We still have our same line, right? And I embroidered my name on it. Okay, I embroidered my name on it. Thank you, Rudy, for the time check. I put my bag tag up here on the strap because your girl forgot while she was making the bag, because I was super excited. Don't mind the stuff that's in here, but as you can see, I have stuff in here and it's definitely holding. Okay, now let me show y'all this one. This is what I was talking about that I just sewed up today. So we have a bag tag on it, right? We have our bag tag. This is just another piece of the placemat that one of them got a hole in it some kind of way. So rather than throwing it away, I made use of it, okay? And I just unzipped this. And look at here, look at here. We got a nice professional lining in here. We have waterproof canvas. We're all sewn up, okay? All sewn up, and we're labeled. We could put stuff in here. I don't know. Maybe you want to put your medicine in here. Let's see how many bottles we can get in here. I don't know. So right now I have 2 of my medicine in here. Medicine bottles. I zipped it up, and then I could put this whoops, sorry y'all. I could put this back inside the tote. Oops, look at me. I could put it back inside the tote and go on about my day. Okay? So, ooh, that's heavy. Alright, so let's go ahead and sew up our other panel. Hey, Precious. Hey, boo. Alright, so let me grab, what did I do with the other panel? Oh, over here. Alright. I'm like, I know I put both the panels together. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so we're going to repeat this process, and then we're gonna sew this puppy up, okay? And when I say this bag comes together, so the first time you do it, right, it may take you an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I think when I first did this, it was in the wee hours of the night. I was already tired from, you know, sewing all day long. And yeah. So it took me about 2 hours. Come on here, machine. I want you to back, there you go. I want you to back stitch. So it took me about 2 hours, you know, to sew that up. And then the next one I did, I think I got down to like an hour and a half. And now we're here. So let's see what we get. But they, for the most part, sew up really, really fast. And if you are an experienced sewer or sewist, you're not going to have any problems. This bag will probably come together for you in about 25-30 minutes, especially if you've already done your prep work. Especially if you've already done your prep work. And the prep work is simply just putting your straps on, lining them up, cutting out your box corners, and marking your strapping line. That's what I like to call it, your strapping line. And as you see, I just press the button, and then the machine will start back stitching for a certain amount of time, and then it'll automatically go forward and stop. And I love that for us. I just been abusing the button. I've been abusing the button. All right, here we go. So remember, we're going to go forward. We're going to stop the machine. We're going to go back. And let's keep it going back. This is probably where you're going to have to hold it at. And you're locking in those you're locking in this strap. So that way you don't have to worry about, is it going to pop on you? Now, I'm not going to say put 100 pounds in here, because a weight of that magnitude will probably pop on you. But like I said, I was able to put a 5-pound bag of sugar, some panko chips, my iPad, and all that other stuff y'all see down in there. Now, of course, I wasn't keeping the food in. I wasn't keeping the food in there now, but as you can see, I still have a lot of stuff in it, is the point that I'm making. It's 12 of y'all in the building. Could y'all please hit that like button for me if you have already not done so? It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for being here. Whether you are a member, a moderator, a subscriber, a passerby, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And if you're new here, please take a moment out to check out all of the other content on the channel. And if you like it over here, subscribe to the channel. Okay? All right. So there's that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over to our next strap. And then we're going to do what? We're going to put this baby together. Y'all, I think I knocked these straps off just a little bit. But it'll be fine. And then we're going to put some heat to those blue marks so that I can get rid of those blue marks, because like I said, the heat takes it away. And for those to be only like, you get a pack of like, really I was skeptical when I got them. I'm like, you get, I think it's 36 of them come in a pack, I do believe. And I'll double check that. And I'll leave a link for them in the bottom, but in the link description box below. But how many ever you get, it was a good price, and it was only like $6.99. I'm like, whoa! But baby, when I say, soon as that iron touch it, it's gone. That blue mark will disappear instantly. All right, so we're going to back stitch, and then we're gonna roll on about our business all the way down. We're going to what's the word, reinforce our bottom part. I'm gonna reinforce that strap. I'm just gonna back stitch up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go right here, back stitch one more time. We're going to turn our work. Okay. Go all the way across. It's back stitching for us already. Now we're gonna back stitch on our own. All the way across. Make sure you go all the way back. Okay. Go forward all the way again. Stop it. And then back stitch one more time. And then once I get back across, then we're going to go forward one more again. Okay. All right. And we're going to turn our work, pivot, whatever you want to call it. We're going to, all right, now we got away from it enough where we can back stitch. And now we're just going to go for it. I'll check comments in just a moment. Hey, Miss Anita. Oh, whoa, y'all. Hold on. I got off track and I can see it. No, I want you to go back. All right. Now, I think that's further enough. And then we're just going to keep going. And then we'll back stitch and stop where we started. I'm going to pause the machine because I want to go ahead and cut this thread. Boom. Back stitch. Boom. All right. So, just double checking. Everything's good. All right, y'all. So, I'm going to show y'all. Let me zoom in. Let me see. I got y'all at the right spot? Where am I? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find y'all. Whoops. I might have got y'all too close. All right. Let's see. Oh, there we are. Okay. So here's our line right here. And I'm just gonna boom. Y'all see that? Gone. Oop, I got a little bit right there. Let's get it off. Same thing. Let's grab our other one. And we're going to do the same thing to it. Get rid of these blue marks because we don't want to leave them on our project. So the heat will make it go like Houdini. Boom, gone. All right. So now I'm just going to, oh, oh wow, I got our straps like perfect. Okay. I guess there's a first for everything. All right, so what we're going to do is you're going to put these right sides together, okay? And we're going to get this out of here. And get that out of there. And yeah. And all right. You want to make sure that you have, even though you're not sewing across here, you want to make sure that at your very top, everything is pinned, clipped, whatever you're using, okay? It needs to be pinned or clipped, even though you're not sewing across the top, okay? Even though you're not sewing across the top. And the reason being is because if you have to cut anything, you want to cut it from the bottom, right? If your top lines up, then you're good. You can cut from the bottom. And that's where I strongly suggest, if you have to do any cutting or trimming or any of that, okay? And remember, your straps are based on like your height, or you can take the average height of, you know, a woman or man, whoever you might make this tote bag for. And we're just lining up all the way across, y'all. We're lining up all the way across. And so what I do, or what I did, was I just kind of Googled it. But my straps, when I made my own tote bag, I knew my height, so I just made my straps at a height for me. Now again, I'm not going to put rivets in this one because I would have to go get the rivet press machine. And we're not going to do all that in this one, okay? I just really want to show y'all how to sew this bag up together. And y'all see, we're almost done, y'all. Almost, okay? Grab another clip because that's closest to the top. All right, so your bag, let me bring y'all out some more. So this is the top of your bag because that's where your straps are. We are not sewing across there. We're going to come down the right hand side, stop the machine, sew up the bottom, stop the machine, sew up this side, the left side, stop the machine, and then we're going to box our corners, and you're going to start and stop with the back stitch, okay? Also, I'm probably going to make a mess over here, and when we go to box these corners, y'all are going to see that we're going to have a little problem, but it is doable, okay? I told y'all that I was gonna make a mess. All right, so I'm gonna unclip right there. Let my presser foot down. And we just gonna sew. Whoops. If you get off track, just adjust your material. Now this bag, this leather is heavy. I ain't gonna lie to you, this leather is heavy, so it may give you a little issue controlling it. All right, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna back stitch. And I'm gonna back stitch some more. We're gonna stop the machine. Okay? And we're gonna turn this. Y'all see how fast this comes together? Especially once you learn how to do it. I kid you not. Very first time I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get finished. And the machine automatically back stitched for me. Whoops. There we go. And it's reinforcing those tabs or straps that we already sewed. Again, remember that reinforcement is going to be key. I'm trying to keep it as straight as I can, but that doesn't always happen. And that's going to be okay. Uh-oh. See how I got off track right there? Let me bring it about right there. Back stitch. And we're going to carry on. Reinforcing those straps again. Stopping the machine. Gonna go back. Gonna back stitch some more. Boom. Stop the machine. Okay. We're gonna leave that little clip because we're not sewing none of that yet. Let me check this side. And before you, well, I'll check the side when I'm done, but, oh, I'm pretty sure, yep, I'm gonna have to go back down this side. All right, and then before you turn your bag, I'll show you how we're going to check it. Because we don't want to turn our bag only to realize that we skipped a stitch somewhere, okay? So this is the part where I would say slow roll your machine. But y'all, we are almost done. All we gotta do is box our corners. Check to make sure we didn't miss anything. Make sure we didn't miss anything, and baby, yes, okay. And I'm just gonna slide this one over like so. And then I'll try and do a video to show y'all. Well, no, I can't because I don't have any storage. So I have to go in StreamYard and do it on my computer. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to unclip our top. And I know on my left side that, yep, I knew it. So that's where I got off track at. So you just stick your hand in and you'll generally be able to tell where you got off track at as well. But you're going to stick your hand in and you're going to check your seams. And right there, because it's kind of skinny and it's really, 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 really on the edge, I'm gonna back stitch. Alright, that should be good. Alright, let's see what we got. So when you pull this out from up under the machine, just go ahead and clip whatever threads you have, singe them, whatever you want to do, okay? Now, before I do any more sewing, I know that this is open, so I'm not worried about that, but I'm checking on the side. Okay, we're good there. I'm going to run my hand through. I know that's open because we haven't sewed it yet. We're good there. So I'm good to cut these threads, and then we're going to box our corners, and we'll be done. Turn it on the inside out. Now, if you don't know how to box corners, let me see if I can get in camera's view for this. So these are your corners. Okay, you driving and listening. Okay, what length is your stitch for leather? I got it at 2.5, Miss Anita. I probably should have it a little longer. All right, let's cut these off. And cut that off. All right. So if you don't know how to box your corners, all you're going to do is put your hands in there. And this is leather, so it's going to be tight, rough, and tough. Line up those seams. Hold it as tight as you can. Try using the smallest clip you can find at first. Okay? And it's already. Oops. And when I say this part right here is a little problematic, it's a little problematic. Remember I told y'all boxing the corners would be the only problem? And it's not really a problem. You just gotta fight with it, but it's doable. You can do it. I promise you can do it. Alright. So, this part, the camera probably will block y'all out because it's so big, but I'm going to try my best to ruffle and buffle it under here. Alright. Now, for sure, if you don't back stitch nowhere else on this bag several times, please make sure that when you are boxing your corners that you back stitch and back stitch several times, because this is so thick, it's bulky, and okay. Let's see if I... Pardon me if y'all can't see. I apologize in advance. Okay, so over here looks good. Now let's go on across. Hold. Okay. Let me see here. And I'm just gonna go up. Whoop, whoop. Whoops. That's because it's so thick right there. And I do have the proper needle in here. It's just because it's so thick. Let's raise our needle. Okay. Let's raise our needle. Cut some of this tomfoolery off. And let me see how I can get this side. Y'all, this is the hardest part. And I do mean. Whoopsie daisy. So if you don't have muscles, you're going to need it for this part. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to push it down just as soon as I can. And my arm is probably in your way, and I apologize. And I'm going to back stitch some. And let me get this off of my spring. Okay. Woo, honey. This is a problem. Now, this is not sewed down all the way. I'm going to get these stitches off. And then I'm going to go back. Oh, yeah, I knew that wasn't sewed all the way. So let me readjust this. Oops. I'm just cutting off a little piece of bulk, y'all. Okay, so this part is good. It's right here. It's right here. That is the problem. And I apologize about the view, y'all, but I'm on my phone. My computer definitely wouldn't have done us any justice on this. Alright. This is why we say them corners fillets. And all I'm doing is just trying to see where I'm at. Cut threads. Alright. Now before I attempt that other one, I'm just going to stick my hand down. Make sure we ain't got no holes open. And we don't. So the only thing that'll be left is just to trim our bulk off. So let's go ahead, pin our other side up. And get it to going. And we will be done. Ah, geez. Would y'all work on this project? I think each and every one of you could do it. I think you could. And y'all, I promise y'all, I'm not ignoring y'all. I just can't see the chat because I'm on my phone. So I will check comments periodically. And if I don't get to your comment in the live, just know I will go back and I will answer you after the live is over if I don't catch it now. In fact, let me do. Hey, Auntie Robin. Thank you. Let me see who else in here. Did I miss anybody else coming in? Precious, Miss D, Rudy, Donzel, Miss Lisa, 755, Mama Vi, Donzel, Miss Valerie. Okay. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay, so here we go, y'all. The battle is not over, okay? We gonna win it, but it ain't over yet. So let's go. All right, let's just start it this way. But this will be your hardest part of this bag. Mine is trying to, you know, just make sure your straps are even. But outside of that, y'all got this, okay? You got this. I have the confidence in you. And I'm loving that my machine is catching that, hey, I need to back stitch for you, girl. I'm loving that. And then it's probably saying you overworking me because I'll be back stitching and you still back stitching. And it is, because we want to make sure our bag is reinforced. All right. Boom. Now we're going to check by putting our hand in here. and we're good. So all we're gonna do is I'm just going to take these little guys and see if I can cut some of the bulk off, but it's not gonna be much. Ooh, don't want that in my machine. Then I'm gonna be able to cut because we don't want to cut our stitches at all. Okay, I got a whole mess to clean up when I get off of here. Okay, so we're still good. We're still good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna push this in. Hold on, y'all. I know y'all can't see. Bear with me. Let me just turn the bag right side out, and I will show you guys what our final product looks like. Because if I don't do it this way, I'll be here the next Christmas, and y'all be like, T, girl, turn the bag. Okay? And I don't want y'all here the next Christmas. And I don't mean Christmas coming up this year. I mean the next one after that. Alright, we're almost there, y'all. Gotta poke these corners out. Woo! Woo! Y'all. Okay. Jesus. And poking these corners out. If you got a point turner or any of that, which I have those, but honey, a chopstick will work just as good, and or your hands or thumbs or whatever. All right, y'all. So let me push the sewing machine back. Woohoo! Baby, our bag did not come. Let me let y'all in. Our bag did not come to disappoint. Okay? Hey, cousin, how you doing? How you doing, girl? Look at that. Our bag did not come to disappoint. We got our bag tag on here. Okay? Let's look at it. Okay? Nice and sewed up here. We can move our strap. So if we got our bag on, we don't even have to take it all the way off our shoulder. Right? Look at that. And I'm going to show y'all my bag one more time. Now, on the inside, remember, it is left raw edges. But look at those seams. Professional, okay? Look at that. Professional. All right? So let me show y'all my bag. Well, the other bag. I ain't going to pick mine. Well, I guess mine's too heavy to be putting up here. I got this one up here as well. Well, no, the point of my bag is because it's embroidered. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right. So, this is my bag in all of its glory, okay? I embroidered my name on it, right? I put rivets on both sides. My name tag is on the strap only because I remembered it at the last minute. Now, we are still raw edges on the inside, right? It's filled with stuff. It's heavy, okay? And let me show y'all this one in case y'all was not here. I made this today because I decided that when I post these, I'm going to sell these as a set. And like I said, I have these in different colors. The mats, right? They're in different colors. So we have our bag tag. We got our zipper. It zips. We got medicine in here that I just put in there. And then we are waterproof canvas lined in here. Okay? So, y'all, absolutely, I love it. Okay? Love it. So, you can embroider on these. They could be customized. Or you can just have them, you could change the straps on them. So as you see, this is just another one version of mine. But you see right here, we have a D-ring, right? You can put keys right here. You can put your badge right here. We got our name tag over here, our name badge. We got our rivets. And look at there. All of them are still with the raw edges on the inside. So, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. Let me check to make sure. The labels I made on the laser, Miss Anita. You was especially to see me at this time. Well, remember I had posted the when I made my bag, I posted and asked y'all, did y'all want a video or a live? But honey, the video I recorded, but then the footage, issues with that. Then I was just started trying to record it again for y'all. And then my phone said I'm out of storage, which I already knew that. But that is what. Thank you, Miss D. Thank you, Miss Anita. Cousin says she was surprised to see me. Precious, you be careful driving and listening. Okay, and my stitch length, yup, was 2.5. Donzel. Auntie Robin loves it. Thank you. Rudy. Okay, just making sure I miss nobody's comment. Miss Lisa. And Mama Vi. And Donzel. Rudy and Miss Valerie. But yeah, y'all, so that's what I have for y'all today. It was a joy and a pleasure making this tote bag with y'all. So, until next time, peace, be blessed, stay crafty. I'm your girl T, and I'm out. One God, one love, peace. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.